Hello, goddesses. Thank you so much for coming back to this channel. Um, I am Wendelin, your high priestess over at the Temple of Venus. We are just being goddesses over here. Today, I wanted to talk about what you imagine you already have. I don't think we understand the power of imagination. I think we think that like imagination was just meant for children. But imagination is probably the most powerful thing that we as human beings have. I think that is our highest form of intelligence is our ability to imagine. Because you don't know what you don't know, so you can't imagine it, right? What I like to consider is let's take the landing on the moon. Before there was a time period way back in the day where if somebody was like, I want to land on the moon one day, somebody would look at them like they're like, you're crazy. What are you talking about? You want to land on the moon? Doesn't even make any sense. We're not going to go up to the moon. Nobody's ever going to get there. But somebody had to create a rocket ship. Somebody had to do the math and the science behind it to find the materials for us to be able to find somebody and get an astronaut up there on the moon. So things are not impossible when you have your imagination. And that's where the saying um as above so below, because first you have to start in your imaginative world to manifest what could happen in this world. And when you imagine or you're trying to attract something to you, I don't want you to focus on like the actual um way that it could come to you, because you never know. Like, let me give you an example. You could want a new car, right? And so you're thinking, oh, if I go to work and I save it for the car, which you should. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but you should just have the end goal at hand. You don't know if like your aunt was gonna send you this car. You don't know if you're going to win it in a sweepstakes, a scratch ticket. You don't know where that new car is gonna come from or where the money of the new car is gonna come from. Um, so just leave all of those options open when it comes to manifesting or creating the life that you want. But when you start thinking negatively, those negative talks can also transfer. Your thought pattern, they're wave particles. That's why people believe in things like telepathy. But really, all it is just your wave particles of your thoughts being able to be emitted to someone else. Our body is constantly vibrating, well, constantly has a vibrational frequency. And when that frequency shifts or something happens, other people can pick it up. So why don't we believe that like thoughts are something that other people can also pick up too? I'm not sure. Um, so even if you are thinking about someone or you're thinking about you're sending them an intention, be clear on that intention and know that they're eventually going to get it. Now, let's say you wanted to manifest somebody back into your life. You could think about them, but you also have to like assess the situation, right? Like you also have to like ask yourself, like, does this person even want me back in their life? And if the answer to that question is no, then I would not recommend you trying to manifest that person, because that person also has a right to repel the thought. So you might be thinking about that person, the particle waves will end up going to them and they'll pick up the vibrational frequency, and what happens is they start having negative thoughts about you. Now they dislike you even more. So just be mindful about how you choose to move in that direction. But whatever it is that you want, you can have. I want us to start thinking about, like, as alchemists, to start thinking about what type of lifestyle do we want to live? What are we trying to manifest? What else do we want from this world? Like for me, I'll share with you guys, but I hope that by the end of this year, what are we in 2026, I would have at least 200 subscribers. That would be ideal for me, and I'd have started building out my spiritual business, That will be so beautiful for me. But I'm just going to keep doing it until I get there, because I know that that is already in existence for me. I know that that already is there. And so I'm not necessarily in a rush to get there. I'll get there when I get there, because I could have 200 subscribers in the next 2 months. I could have 100 subscribers in a month. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but I'm going to let the universe do what the universe does, and know that like I am not on a timeline when it comes to manifesting. So I want you to also look at it like that too for yourself. So whatever that you're manifesting, you might not get it on your timeline. You might be structured enough to, and that's fine too. But I always feel like whenever you're manifesting something big, you have to leave the universe open, because the universe has to shift. It has to shift things around so that you can manifest what you actually want. All right, guys, I know it's a super short video this time. It's super late right now, so I'm gonna head to bed. But thank you so much for joining me here again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and it is done. Okay, bye.